All right, back here at the Ag Retailers Conference in San Diego, very happy to have with us former Texas Congressman, longtime member of the House Ag Committee, Charlie Stenholm. Good to see you again.
Good to be seen, Mike. Good to be with you again.
Do you miss the mess that Congress has become and Washington, D.C. has become?
No, I do not. Congress is totally dysfunctional, and I can't imagine anyone enjoying that, including the folks that just got reelected. But hopefully somebody will provide some leadership and change that environment soon, because the country needs it.
What do you think we'll see come out of this lame duck session?
Well, I wished I knew the answer to that right now. At this very moment, as we're talking, I do not see how they're going to avoid going over the fiscal cliff. You know, as long as members keep trotting out before the TV cameras and setting the same political statements that they said during the campaign, I don't see an agreement to be had that can get 218 votes. But having been through a few of those discussions in the past, knowing that what you see and hear is not what's going on behind closed doors, you've got to believe that they're going to put together a deal that avoids going over the cliff and sets in place with another timetable dealing with our long-term fiscal problems and challenges of this country.
As someone who worked on many farm bills, what are your thoughts on the fact that here we are still without one and not knowing if we're going to get one even in this lame duck session?
Well, I'm just amazed that the House leadership chose not to bring the farm bill to the floor and have a debate and then have a vote. Trying to protect your members from casting tough votes, doesn't do anything except prolong the agony. But that's done. The leadership chose not to have a farm bill debate on the floor of the House. Now, I guess the odds today is we're going to end up with a one-year extension, because seeing how you could do that now with 10 legislative days remaining, take at least 4 days to have the kind of debate farm bills deserve, food bills deserve. And so we're looking at a one-year extension with cuts and making some of the other tough decisions. But I know that Frank Lucas and Colin Peterson that are going to be in that room, they're going to have some tough decisions that no matter what they do, they're going to have a good part of agriculture very unhappy with them under the scenario that they've been forced to deal with.
Did you ever have a situation like that? I mean, this really seems almost unprecedented, where the Senate passes a farm bill, the House Ag Committee passes a bill, and then you can't even get it brought up on the floor of the House.
Well, but if you step back from it, and I think there's a very simple answer to that question. The Senate has 2 senators from every state, and they do not have the luxury of being totally partisan. The House is now polarized as I've never seen it. The Democrats are polarized to the left, and any Democrat that goes against the left is going to have a primary opponent, and therefore they don't go against the left. And the right, a Republican would get an opponent from the right if they go against the right. So you've got a situation in which our political system, through redistricting, has guaranteed what we've got. And only the people can change that, and hopefully they will soon. But looks like for the next 8 years we're going to be stuck with the current system.
We can remember a time when you and others, the Blue Dogs you recall, you could get together and hammer out a deal, working with people on both sides of the aisle. Is that something we can get back to, or do you think that's something that's gone?
Well, not in the current scenario, because remember, I'm sitting here talking to you as a former member, because the Republican leadership of the House, from President Bush, Governor Perry, all thought I was a Democrat. We had too many of, and redrew my lines to get rid of me, and they were successful. Politics is a contact sport. So the Blue Dogs now, which once totaled 15 or 55, are now down to 15. The kennel is depleted. I'm surprised that someone hadn't suggested using the Endangered Species Act to protect blue dogs better than some of the other junk that we are dealing with out there now. But, that's a product of the political system we're in. And until the people and the few leaders begin to step up. And ironically, California, where we sit right now, has made some changes in redistricting that we'll see how it works out. It's had some of the desired effect already, and that's having some changes in representation.
Do you think, what has driven this gridlock? Is it a reflection of the country? I mean, we look at the vote, we look at the map, and we see a divided country in many ways on these issues. Is Congress just a reflection of that, or is Congress leading that divisiveness?
No, Congress is a reflection of that. As I often say, when you woke up this morning, if you're upset with your government and your Congress, look at the mirror. We're talking about you. They're representing you. We are a divided nation. It's almost 50-50 on the major issues of the day. And therefore, when you're the divided, it makes it difficult to legislate. And it's not that part is not new to the country. What is lacking today is leadership, and then the followership that either comes or it doesn't. If you have the leadership, the American people have always rallied behind the leader. And if you're a member of Congress and you don't follow the president, or you don't follow your speaker, or you don't follow the leader of the Senate, you better have a darn good reason for not following, or you will pay the price correctly in the next election. And that's what we hopefully we're going to see now, is some leadership, and then some beginning to sort out what we should be doing.
Before I let you go, you've been very active with the horse processing issue, trying to get plants back open and horse processing allowed again in this country. Where do you think we stand with that?
Well, hopefully we're going to be having some plants begin to open early next year. USDA is now prepared to begin inspecting again. Congress has, at least for the coming year, has said it is permissible, in fact desirable, that we get back to processing horses so we do not destroy an entire industry, which is what we've been in the process of doing. Again, recognizing that if you own a horse and you do not wish it to be processed for human consumption, we're for you, all for you. It's your horse. Take care of it. Don't starve it. Don't turn it loose. But this is another one of those emotional issues that Congress, bless its heart, has chosen to duck and weave and bob and not make a decision from the House Ag Committee's standpoint. But I think they will this time, and I think we will see the humane application of horse processing back instilled, and the horse industry will prosper and begin to grow again because of it.
Good to see you again, Charlie. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Good to be with you.
Charlie Stenholm, former Texas Congressman, served on the House Ag Committee for 26 years, now a senior policy advisor with OFW Law in D.C.